Thank you, Cathaoirleach. And Leader, I call for a debate with the Minister for Health and Justice to discuss concerns in relation to human trafficking and the vulnerability of those engaged in commercial surrogacy. UCD have done a report on prostitution websites today, and it's covered in RTE and in the Examiner, and the headlines don't make good reading. Concern women and girls exploited in online sex trade across Ireland. That should be shocking enough when it comes to children, girls. Sex websites are facilitating exploitation of women by pimps and traffickers. Now, that should be a headline that should get both ministers exercised. The Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission has warned that the commercial surrogacy industry in many countries is rife with human rights abuses. Ireland has become the first country in the EU to legalise commercial surrogacy through the Assisted Human Reproduction Act we passed earlier this year. Commercial surrogacy is rife with human trafficking and exploitation. A clinic investigated in Greece was offering its commercial surrogacy services on the internet. It was found that the women there had been enticed from significantly poor countries like Georgia and Albania. Brenda Power, speaking on News Talk recently, talking about this Greek clinic, added, when these Georgian women got there, they were impregnated against their will, and that these women's babies were being sold to international couples. Women forcibly conceiving children is akin to rape. The most dangerous aspect of the assisted reproduction legislation we have in Ireland now is the risk that women overseas will be taken advantage of. Our law can in no way affect how countries such as Ukraine or India legislate for commercial surrogacy. That is the real danger in facilitating Irish people in engaging in surrogacy services abroad. We are rubber stamping inhumane practices that are inextricably linked to human trafficking. In Ukraine, surrogacy clinics advertise that there are no legal means by which the surrogate mother can ever change her mind. When we passed this law in June, the Minister said that the bill was designed to safeguard against the sale, trafficking and exploitation of children. The provisions of the bill are designed to prevent abusive or exploitative practices involving surrogate mothers and to protect their rights, interests and welfare. There is no other way to frame surrogacy. It is the sale of children and the exploitation of vulnerable women from poorer countries. The Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission had written twice to Minister Donnelly on the 31st of January, on the 11th of April this year, yet have not received a response to the date of drafting of their third evaluation of the implementation of the EU Anti-Trafficking Directive. The Commission stated it remains concerned that the international surrogate provisions cannot be regulated to an equivalent extent, leading to a double standard of protections between international commercial surrogacy arrangements and domestic surrogate arrangements. I call for a continued debate on this matter in the interest of human trafficking and the interest to protect our women and girls in this country.